This walkthrough is going to be how to run a judge to a standard contest through the SkillsCMS process. Judge to standard is not a very common type of contest to use anymore. The basic idea is you can set up multiple bands of scoring standards that could potentially result in multiple medalists. You could have 2 golds and 3 silvers and 4 bronze medalists, for example, because with a judge to standard you say, for example, anyone that scores between 900 and 1,000 points gets a gold medal. So if you have 2 people that score in that range, then the system ends up generating 2 gold medalists. And if multiple people end up with ranges in the 800s or whatever you've set up, you'll get multiple silver medalists. I've never seen these done anymore. It used to be fairly common, but these days nobody uses this except for when a technical committee might want to prevent a medal. So what we see most commonly with this is a technical chair may decide that the scores are too low for a particular contest and they don't warrant anyone getting a gold medal. And the technical committee or the judges may come to you and say, hey, I don't want anybody to get a gold medal. I just want to award silver and bronze. And so you can use the judge to standard to configure the point ranges so that, for example, if the highest score in a contest was 835 points, you could set judge to standard and say, well, you have to get between 840 and 1,000 to get gold. And so no one gets a gold medal. The person who got 835 points happens to be in the range of getting a silver, and then whoever else you want to have to get bronze, your third place medalist would get a bronze medal. So you'd really only have a silver and a bronze. Now with this configuration, you do have to be careful not to accidentally end up with multiple silver medalists. So you sometimes have to configure these ranges very, very precisely to get them where you want them to go. We want to walk through an example of this right quick. So I have here my medical terminology contest, and I've got a bunch of different people. This is a common one you'll see this in, where judges end up creating something that doesn't, that the students don't do well enough to warrant the kind of scores that would get a medal. So here you can see I've got the scorecard created, and I can see my gold medalist here in this Excel spreadsheet only got 499 points out of a possible 1,000. And so when you import this, let's go ahead and save it and import it back into the system. When I import this guy, import medical terminology, it'll process it, and when I look at my score report, I'll be able to tell. When we print this out and hand it to the judge and the tech committee, he looks at it and says, good grief, that they just didn't do well enough. Nobody even got half the total points. The students were not prepared for this particular contest. So what I want to do is I only want to give this Eric person a silver and Andrea a bronze, and I don't want anybody else. Nobody will get it gold, so we need to shift those down. So what we need to do is sort of arrange the judge to standard scores so that 490s get a silver, 480s get a bronze, and anything below that doesn't get anything. So let me scoot this over so I can keep an eye on it and go back and configure that particular contest. So it was medical terminology, and right now it is set to point rank. When I go to the Standards tab and click that Judge to Standard Configuration button, it'll set that up for me so that I have the three ranges that we talked about. So there's, by default, it sets up 900 to 1,000 is gold, 800 to 899 is silver, but I want to arrange them so they fit this pattern that I see over here, so that in order to get a gold medal, I'm going to say you have to get 500 to 1,000. And you'll notice 499 is the highest score, so nobody's going to get gold. And then I set this one down to say, well, let's say 490 to 499 will be silver. And then I want to say 480 to 489 would be bronze. So I have to be careful not to go to like 470 or something, because then I'd end up with 2 different bronze medals. Because remember, with judge to standard, whoever meets the standard, anybody that scores between 480 and 489 is going to get a bronze. Even if I have 3 or 4 bronze medalists, that's what the system's designed to do. So now that I've changed that, all I really need to do, I don't have to re-import the scorecard or anything. All I have to do is retabulate the winners, because I've already imported it. And remember, it was gold, silver, and bronze at those point ranges. If I just retabulate the winners now, I don't need to tabulate the details because I'm not working on the PowerPoint yet. I'll say no. Now when I re-look at the score report for medical terminology, notice the difference. Now I can see, that first place person actually gets silver, the second ranking person only gets bronze, and the third person ranked doesn't get any medal, and it specifically calls that out. There's intentionally no medal here, so there will not be a gold medal called. When you generate all the reports and you generate the PowerPoint presentation, you won't end up with a gold medalist at all. You'll have a silver and a bronze because the scores were low enough the tech chair said that's what he wanted to do. So pretty straightforward. You can set up judge or standard. You just got to be careful not to have overlapping ranges so you have multiple people getting the same medal. If you have questions, let us know. Thanks.